I'm just wondering how excited Redskins fans are starting to get with the possibility of season and with the possibility of Chase Young on the field. When we talked to Shawn Springs yesterday, and if you want to chime in, 800-636-1067, I don't think we've given the Chase Young thing maybe it's deserved time. Now, he hasn't stepped on the field yet in a Redskins uniform, but as Shawn said, he makes the secondary better. He makes Montez Sweat better. He makes Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne better.
I think what's
and we talked about this a few weeks ago. Somehow they finished number 10 in sacks in the NFL last year,
right?
Quietly.
And with, the preseason already getting cut down to 2 games, possibly to 0 if the NFLPA gets its way, we may not see any of him until the first game of the season.
Yeah, right.
The first you're going to see of him, the first flash you would see of him is in the opener. I believe the Redskins open against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So that we may have to wait for early September to see it.
He may be getting after Carson Wentz early. That'll be the first time we see him. You're right.
Right.
Well, look, if you watched him at Ohio State, you know what he can do.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's going to be going against better players, better left tackles or right tackles, wherever he lines up. But he can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I just know I'm a little bit cautious because I had huge expectations for Sweat, and while he came on, I guess in the last third of the season or so, he didn't have that immediate impact I thought he was going to have. Now I know that Chase is another level, but I think that they, one thing I learned last year as I kept expecting greatness from Sweat is people kept saying that it does take edge rushers typically, a year or so to really hit their stride.
Yeah, but Sweat wasn't a put your hand down and just go after the quarterback because of the stupid 3-4. He was having to drop back in coverage at times, and I think Chase Young, they're just going to say, see the quarterback, go after that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be interesting. It really
There's
is.
no doubt
now they should have some depth in terms of rotating guys on the outside because you still have Kerrigan. You've got Sweat, and you've got Young. I assume there's almost like a rotation.
Yeah, I think there's going to be. And there's no doubt he's a bigger prospect than Sweat. I mean, there's just no doubt. I mean, I can't think of who's been a more hyped edge rusher prospect in the last decade.
Pro Football,
Clowney, I guess.
Pro Football Focus ranked him as their best prospect, non-quarterback division. I think in their history, the history of their site.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, he's got everything you would want, and the Redskins were fortunate to get him at the number 2 pick.
And I know workout videos. Videos. Go ahead,
Bosa's were.
Bosa had a lot of hype. I mean,
yeah, but I'm not even sure like this. Now, I knew and the Bosas are great, both of them.
Yeah.
But I'm not even sure the hype was as big as this kid's.
Yeah, and look, I know workout videos don't mean anything. I mean, there are all kinds of guys who crushed it at combines, have amazing workouts, and then they don't do anything on the field. But it's that college resume plus workouts. It appears he has a work ethic. It's got to get you excited as a Redskins fan. 800-636-1067. And, I would say anything under 10 sacks, and maybe that's a high bar, you're going to feel disappointed. Sweat ended up with 7, EB.
That's what he had, yeah. I was disappointed in Sweat. He did come on in the last, I'd say, maybe the third of the season. But, people kept telling me, hey, don't worry, it takes a while. It takes a while for edge rushers. And you're right, maybe he just wasn't in the right system. So I'm going to be really fascinated to see how they rotate the guys. Like how much respect is Kerrigan still going to get if he's healthy? How are they going to work that all out? But they've got plenty of ammunition, plenty of firepower. They should be improved defensively significantly, but I thought that last year too.
See, the problem with Sweat, I'm just looking at his game log. He had 10 games where he logged 0 sacks.
Yeah.
He notched 2 in the last game against Dallas.
Right. So if he didn't have those 2, he'd had 5.
He had 1.5 against Carolina, which was in December. So 3.5 out of his 7, half of them were in December.
Right. That's what I say.
He'll get better. He'll get better.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the physical tools, but not like this.
Right. When people have to double team Chase Young and he comes free off the edge, he's going to rack up sacks. He just is.
Well, at least Ohio State doesn't crank out good edge rushers.
Or cornerbacks.
I mean, Joey Bosa goes number 3 overall.
Right.
In, 5 years ago. His brother goes number 2 last year, and then Chase Young goes number 2.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, so that's 3 guys picked in the top 3 in 4 drafts.
Yeah,
Stupid.
as good as they come.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I agree. He is going to be really, really good. Skins fans should be really excited for the defense, especially. Who knows about the offense?